Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Jonathan Lipp here from the Big Apple Film Festival. Welcome to BAFF Chats. I'm here today with Sonja Hara, who made a film called Ovum, which is an award-winning film that played at the Big Apple Film Festival this year. And Sonja's film has played the film festival circuit, and it's got a bright future ahead of it. So we want to ask Sonja, first of all, a little bit about her film, Ovum.
Absolutely. Ovum is a dark comedy about an offbeat actress who will do anything for a part, who ends up selling her eggs. And it's based on my own experience as an egg donor. When I wrote the screenplay, I was going through the process and actually taking the hormones, going to the clinic every day, and doing this crazy, weird, niche world. And when I tell people about it, they're like, oh, it's kind of like Robert Rodriguez, who gave his body to science.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Mariachi, right?
Yeah, so I feel like I'm the first female that's done something kind of similar.
Very cool.
But
wow.
I've been using the angle with reproductive rights and everything as a platform to be able to talk to the press and get more of an exposure and kind of high-profile thing for Ovum. So it's been really
awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of the people who are watching the series are emerging filmmakers, people looking for financing. How did you go about financing this film as a low-budget indie film? How does that work?
For me, the first thing I did was we raised enough money on an Indiegogo to make the trailer. And we're like, okay, if we shoot I think we shot for 3 days, we shot 15 pages, and we edited that together and put that in, our crowdfunding video. At that point, I put it on Facebook and just thought I was going to get, regular people being like, hey, I want to put in $15 artist, people. And then suddenly somebody saw that on my highest level of rewards that they could, for $5,000, become an exec producer. It was something like that, $5,000, $10,000, something that was on the lower end. And they approached me and they're like, I want to do it and get points and actually, how would I do that? And at that point, since I was a first-time filmmaker and didn't really know anything, I talked to some of the senior executive producers on the team, and they said that I go and I opened an LLC, and then we kind of got into business that way. And then after we got that first investor, we approached a couple others and we're like, hey, if it worked once, maybe this will work again. And so we used that money as starting funds, and then the money that I got from my own actual egg donation, that $10,000, and put all of that in, and then we had enough for production. Then when we were done shooting, we took around the finished film, and then that was easier to get more money for post-production, because many first-time filmmakers, the fear in investing there is that what if it never comes into fruition? But suddenly I had a product, and then we were luckily able to get them enough money for all the, post-production sound and score and everything like that. So, yeah.
And once you start getting into film festivals, how do you go about utilizing the festival circuit to try and promote it and eventually, hopefully, get a distributor?
Well, for us, it was lucky. A festival like yours, obviously it made it onto the Movie Maker, top 25 festivals worth submitting to. So those were the festivals that I was focusing on, being hey, everyone wants to go to Sundance, everyone wants that sort of thing, but realistically, they're not going to be programming their festival out of blind submissions. But you don't really realize that in the beginning, and that's the hope. So then after you get it out of your system, submitting to that and South by Southwest and Con, then you're realistically, what's a good home with great audiences? And I saw your festival and a few others like it, and then they're really excited about your film, and that's kind of the best way, I think, to get an audience. So then I was using social media, and I made a line in my budget all along to get a publicist, because I think it's a really, really important way. If you're going to spend this much making a film anyway, you might as well have an audience, and they were able to kind of do that for me.
So you would recommend using a portion of your budget on getting a publicist?
Find a publicist that's excited about what you're doing and who's willing to work for less than obviously a celebrity client. I think it's really valuable. If you're going to cut costs, cut costs on all kinds of other things, but I say if you want to be able to make your next film, get those press articles, because that also helps you get into more festivals. Right. So, yeah.
All right, and my last question for you is, how are you approaching distributors at this point?
At our last film festival, after we won, once you get a couple awards, you get a little more buzz, and a sales agent at Circus Road approached us and said they loved the film and wanted to rep it. So now they're selling it, and while they're doing that, we were wrapping up the festival circuit, and I've been working on my next project, a pilot that I'm writing and directing. And it's just been kind of the buzz from your festival. I've been getting so many more interview requests, so that's all helping get Ovum out there, and we hope it sells soon. Sonja,
thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Okay, thank you for watching.